Hey YouTube, we are moved into the camper and all moved out of our house. We got all the stuff out of our house and it's either here in one of these barns or it's in a storage unit. And so we got that all completely done. And yesterday we spent all day getting this property mowed, and we mowed here, we mowed out the pond, down at the shooting range, basically a whole day of mowing. And what you see here, this is our garden. So we've been too busy moving and trying to get stuff done that we have neglected this garden. It's probably been a month since it's been weeded and it's just been taken over. So we've been joking around calling it our secret garden because you can't see it. It's camouflage, blends in with the rest of the yard. The rest of the yard was almost this tall. That's how bad it hadn't been mowed. And so we're gonna try to save this garden today. There is plants in there. We have lots of different plants. We've got zucchinis and squash and green beans and corn and onions and peppers, tomatoes, a bunch of stuff. So, but you can't see it. So we're gonna start off with mowing. It's funny, we're gonna mow a garden. Yeah, so we are gonna try to mow this garden. We're gonna try to get everything knocked down so I can see the plants that I actually have, and then I'm going to come through here with a hoe and a rake and everything. We're going to try to get all the weeds pulled out of this garden. And we're going to try to get it to where it looks good again and get it all hopefully where the plants will grow. I've got this morning that I can work on this, and I've got all day tomorrow. I should be able to work on this. So let's see if I can take a couple days here and focus on this garden and see if I can get it saved. So let's get started. Yesterday I ran a tank of gas through the push mower and I got the garden mowed. As you can see, it looks more like a lawn than it does a garden. Looking pretty bad. And it's pretty obvious that I'm not going to be able to get all these weeds under control, and with the hour or two yesterday and today, working today. So what I'm going to try to do right now is we're just going to try to weed around the plants and get the plants free of weeds, and then maybe we can come back. Maybe I can borrow a tiller, maybe I can get the tractor in a few spots and get a cultivator in here or something, I don't know, and see if I can get the rest of it broke up. So for right now, I'm just going to try to go around all these plants and just get them weed free within a foot or so around the plants, and then I'll try to come back and basically try to remove what has turned into a lawn. So my garden is extremely out of control and it will be ridiculously hard to get this back. It is 7:30 in the evening. And I started again on the row with the tomatoes, and I've got that row all weeded, and I got an even bigger load of weeds out of that row. So that's all I was able to achieve. I am gonna have to come back and get weeded around all these pumpkins and zucchini and everything else the best I can here after work this week. But let's just go ahead and want to show you what we do have. We're growing some grape tomatoes this year. We've never grown these. We've grown cherry tomatoes, but these are actual grape tomatoes. If I can keep my dog from eating them. None of our slicing tomatoes have turned red yet, but we do have some that are just starting to change color. I've got some jalapeno peppers That one right there looks like some kind of weird cross between a jalapeno and a bell pepper, doesn't it? It's like fat. I've got numerous bell pepper plants, but none of them are actually green bell peppers. They're all either red, yellow, or orange bell peppers. So we can either pick them when they're green, or we can let them turn and we can cut them up and put them in fajitas or freeze them for some fajitas later. I tried planting eggplant this year. It's the first time for eggplant. One is pretty small still. That one's about 1.5 feet tall, but the bugs have really just ate up the leaves pretty bad. I've got a few Anaheim green chili plants. They've all got peppers on them. Can't hardly see them, but I've got tomato plants in here, and they don't have cages, so I'm gonna have to try to put some cattle panels up to try to trellis them. And also on this end, some animal has been eating all of the leaves off. So all the ones on this end have either all been bitten off or they've just wilted and fell off, but it looks to me like something's been eating on the plant. So I still have a lot of weeding to do, so stay tuned, and hopefully later here in July I'll show the garden again and I'll have all these weeds at least somewhat in control around the plants. I still am not for sure how the heck I'm going to get all this grass out of here, so wish me luck.